They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And the shot! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break.
E vamos dar todas as boas-vindas aos nossos jogadores.
Here we go again.
Portugal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay.
Terrific header! Oh, that was no routine save.
Joe Linton really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And now a sudden chance to... And he's had a hit! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Douglas Luiz, to Joe Linton.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
There's the header! It's in! The second half off to a spectacular start. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Brazil have fired themselves in front.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Chance for a shot! And it's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be...
And it's been given away!
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
They get a throw in. Oh, that's well spotted. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva takes control of it and he's on the move. Now it's Bernardo Silva. And that has put paid to that. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh no, that was never going to make it. A quarter of an hour into the second half. Now it's Neymar. Now it's João Pedro. Now that's well seen too.
Brazil have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Well, they've got it again. And he shoots! Good strike, quite an alarm. And that has left him in a heap. Mendes cuts out the pass. It's a pretty loose pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Portugal needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious.
It's Neymar! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Rafael Leao. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And this is Ronaldo. Pedro Neto has it out wide and in space. Looking to play him in. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Nice looking ball. That has been cut short. Played into space. That's a shade optimistic. Ruben Diaz gets over and intercepts. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he cuts out the supply. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Decent chance! In for the pieces! No mistake! It is no contest! It is a landslide! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Brazil are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. Portugal really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Well read, nice interception. Looking for a runner. He's had a shot! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product. Not the best distribution from the keeper, and he's been shifted off it. Bruno Fernandes, and this is Ronaldo. Picked out brilliantly. He's having a shot! And that's past the post. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Rafinha. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. An instinctive delivery. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Pedro Neto. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Pinches it off him. And the referee brings it to a close. Portugal suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough... Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Just listen to that noise, this place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
And as you can see, we've already started here. Now it's Pedro Neto. Bardazzi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, they say that there's been a bit of a renaissance, Peter, at the number 10 position, and this guy, Çalhanoğlu, is one of the players who has really shone in recent times. He's not the quickest, but both his delivery and his distribution are consistently...
Oh no, this does not look good! Akçiçek. Great vision. And he cuts out the supply. Bruno Fernandes.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind...
Header! Now, who's going to be first to this? Bruno Fernandes! Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone.
Well, the whole idea of a good breakaway is to leave the opposition struggling to get back, and they were just too slow.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And he's surging through. Turkey yet to have an attempt on goal. He's having a go! That comes as a mighty relief. It's a really well-measured ball.
That's good play from him.
Bernardo Silva.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He is through here! That has not gone well. And it's Bernardo Silva. Kukçu. Yilmaz. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's found a way past. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And he's intervened well there. Now, can they get him away? And that's a throw-in. He's in space and looking for options. Oh, it's come loose. Strong running down that left flank. Great run on the overlap here.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Çalhanoğlu does really well to win the ball there. Oh, nicely intercepted. Bernardo Silva. Rafael Leao. And he's managed to get free. The ball goes in. Almost half an hour in now. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked out the run.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Yilmaz. Bruno Fernandes. Excellent challenge there. Could be danger here. It's a pretty loose pass.
Portugal have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
He's shifting through the gears here. Çalhanoğlu defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he welcomes it in. He's picked his way through. Not the most accurate pass. Tries to play it through. Pedro Neto in acres of space out wide. Big header! Distributed tidily. He's tried one! That was a matter of inches.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
The goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And it's Bruno Fernandes. The ball's gone astray. Goes down, but nothing given.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Diogo Dalot. Vitinha. He has found the way through. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Badaxi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's an imaginative pass. Well, that pass isn't the best. Keeper's got good distance on that. And we've reached half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Turkey needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Can he get on the end of this? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Goulet. Well, they've got it again. Muldur threads one in. That is ended up in no man's land. Rafael Leao is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. So he's plotting something before playing it in. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Shifted it to the flank. Stood up well to him there. Looking for options for movement. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Fired deep towards the back post.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Yildiz unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
The attendance for this match was 80,314.
Araujo, and it's Bruno Fernandes. This looks promising. Oh, he's having a shot!
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Çalhanoğlu. Diogo Costa deals with that nice and simple. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Nice looking ball. Oh, it's played into the area. Rafael Leao. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Now that's well seen too. Quality ball. Now that looks a decent ball. Mendes made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Looking to play him in. And the shot! finish of the highest order. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Turkey have fired themselves in front.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Played back. Bardakcha played out to the left flank.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
It's a throw-in. Çalhanoğlu. And it's played in. Oh, important interception. And they've got a throw. Tries to pass it through. Looking for the run. Rafael, up he goes! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Big chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Out to the left it goes. Goulet is wide and looking to get onto this. Short changes him with that pass. Ambitious ball here. Very much into the last knockings. Vitinha. He's on it, can he get away? Diogo Dalot. And that is a little undercooked.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Bernardo Silva. That's gone for a throw-in. Nuno Mendes. And it's Bernardo Silva. And time is up. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Çalhanoğlu taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So, Jim, how do you... Well, there's little doubt that Spain and Portugal are two of the 21st century's most formidable teams. Both ambitious, both obliged to win, both crammed with incredible talent, but only one can prevail. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. When these two meet, Jim, we know it is special.
Well, the calibre of players available to both teams makes this game a potential classic every...
Morata shoots! Rafael Leao. Pedri trying to keep this in. Pedro Porro has it out wide and in space. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Pedro Neto. And there's green grass ahead of him. He came in hard, very hard. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rafael Leao. Cristiano Ronaldo. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
The Portuguese do have a penchant for producing great wingers, Peter, and this fella, Rafael Leao, is another really good example. He likes to play down the middle, or he'll go to the left-hand side, wherever he can kind of get his run started. Once he finds that little bit of space, then it's all about using his pace and trickery, and he'll give any defence lots of problems.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Nico Williams. He has found a way through. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
Fabian Ruiz! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And that pass just didn't quite work. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Le Normand does really well there. He is strong. And it's Porro. Look at the space here. It's loose now and they want to get it back. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's shifting through the gears here. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now he's got space here. No luck with that dink over the top. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Grimaldo wins the duel this time. Still goalless at the moment. Mendes promptly onto that, and that is that. Good play through for the wide man. That's tidy. Pedro Porro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing. Real chance! Goal! Spain! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And now they can spring out of defence. Le Normand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rafael Leao is onto it. Shapes to shoot! There it is! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Portugal grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Le Normand. Williams. And the pass is intercepted.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Fabian Ruiz. He's having a go! Oh, a very decent attempt. Now it's Pedro Neto. Now that's well seen too. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. He's on it, can he get away? Climbs up! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Crossed in once more. There's the shot! Oh, what has happened here? Morata. Short changes him with that pass. And he's had a hit! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And the game has already resumed here. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Ruiz. Can he get on the end of this? That's a lovely, neat pass. And he's there to get it away. And he's had it nicked away.
This is the time you need that pace.
Vitinha kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, great header! Great effort, he flew in with courage.
Well, he can't be accused of not being brave, Peter, and his boss will give him the thumbs up, I'm sure.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Can he get it through? There will be a throw-in. Rodri. Nico Williams going full tilt down the left. He's picked his way through. Oh, well played. Bruno Fernandes. That has been cut short. Now it's Rafael Leao. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Yamal. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
He rises! Now, can they get him away? Fabian Ruiz. Oh, delight. Oh, what a mistake! Morata. Yamal. He's got away. Big chance! Goal! Spain! And again they hit the front. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Spain get themselves into the lead.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well-timed, excellent interception. He's beaten the last man. Morata! And he hits the net. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Spain go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
That's an imaginative pass. Spain have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in control at 3-1. Looking to go deep, punched away. Looking to play him in. Pedri. And here's the chance to counter. Nuno Mendes. Mendes is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Not the most accurate pass. He's in plenty of space here. And this is Ronaldo. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's good play from him.
Ronaldo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that's gone loose. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Ruben Dias spread it left. Now it's Rafael Leao. Pedro Porro making good progress on the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva. Pau Kubasi makes the interception. Spread out to the left. And he's managed to get free. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Un minuto de descuento.
He's found the way through. There won't be another chance after this one. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Morata taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match. It is a deeply historic derby. The rivalry between Spain and Portugal is ancient and heartfelt, and so this is an intense, intriguing Iberian affair. It is utterly unpredictable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. A pair of neighbours ready to go at each other again.
Well, the calibre of players available to both teams makes this game a potential classic every time, Peter. OK, you may think the Spaniards have had the better of things in direct showdowns in recent big tournaments, but I can see very little difference.
Can he finish? Nico Williams. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, denied brilliantly!
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
No, that's been intercepted. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Goes for a shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. That's been cut out, well played. Pedro Neto looking to run onto it. He is through here! Oh, what has happened here? It's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
No luck with that dink over the top. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Nuno Mendes here, I think, will be very important, Peter, particularly if they start to spread the play, because he's excellent in one-on-one positions, both attacking and defending. So I'd expect him to have some of that cutting edge in the team, making himself a great option when they've got possession.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Diogo Dalot, who played through for the wide man. It's a threatening ball. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. It's their second corner of the game. Tries a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And that's put paid to a promising move. No way through. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more.
Shoots! Oh, the ball's... That's another chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Nico Williams actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Morata, clearly the target here.
Well, I can imagine it's going to be quite a scramble for the ball.
There's the header! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Fabian Ruiz. That has not gone well. Well read, and the danger is averted. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And that is as far as they're going to go. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Yamal tries making a foray down the right. He's in plenty of space here, and he's intervened well there. It's a pretty loose... Decent chance! It's loose, and oh, he's been caught napping.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Neto. Diogo Dalot just loves to go forward whenever he can. Aims beyond the defence. There's the shot! Goal! Portugal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Portugal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Portugal penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
An instinctive delivery. He rises! No, not the best of headers. Now it's Williams. He has found a way through. Nico Williams stood his ground strongly. And that's another good win of the ball. Portugal are looking to break at pace. Rodri. Grimaldo, the most accurate pass. And a goal kick. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And it has been confrontational. Real chance! Fabian Ruiz. Vitinha cuts out the pass. Pedro Neto. Oh, it's come loose. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Bruno Fernandes. Morata. Pedro Porro. Now, can they get him away? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Passing is crisp and sharp. He's got away. Cross to the back post. It's a goal kick. Rodri gathers from the goal kick. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Still chasing the game, trailing by one. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Rafael Leao. Nuno Mendes. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Nico Williams. Nico Williams goes on a charge down the left. He's shifting through the gears here.
Spain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And here's Neto. There's the delivery. He scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Portugal are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that was vital. Fabian Ruiz. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, it's a lovely, delicate pass. Knocks it into space. He's picked his way through. He has a look up. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's trying to hit the front line here. Pedro Neto. That looks a good cross. Oh, no. Oh, shooting chance! Fabian Ruiz. Passes coming off in quick succession here. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And there's green grass ahead of him. Good effort from distance. And that has skinned the post.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Tries to pass it through. Fired deep towards the back post. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Pedri. Bernardo Silva wins the duel this time. Always onto this.
Pretty robust defending.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Can he get it through? Oh, well measured. That's a decent clearance. Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo. Shot, surely! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Portugal really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Yamal. Oh, that's fabulous.
Spain really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
He's having a shot! Yes, it's there! Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. That is a brilliant interception.
Portugal nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, easy pickings there. Nico Williams is onto this. Very nicely done. Good spot, that. Pass somewhat off target. Looking to play him in. And he was alert to it.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Rafael Leao finds himself offside. And we're done. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, you can never...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction and hopefully the style of contest.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Pedro Neto really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo! Decent hit from there. Paredes. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, a lot has been said, Peter, about this guy, Julian Alvarez. I remember him from his breakout performance back in 2020 in the group stages of Latin America's greatest club competition, where I'm pretty sure I remember he got 5 goals and an assist.
We're back. Takes a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Cristiano Ronaldo has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And he's cut it out. And now they can spring out of defence. Now this could be a chance. Hoist it in. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Not the most accurate pass. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. McAllister, out to the left it goes. Couldn't squeeze it through. That's a cute ball. Pass somewhat off target. Argentina yet to have an attempt on goal. Montiel.
That's going in strongly.
Nice bit of trickery. Just eases him off the ball. Ball driven towards the... Up he goes! Goal! Argentina! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to...
Bruno Fernandes! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Vitinha promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking for options for movement. Montiel. De Paul. Has a look and place it forward. And this is Ronaldo. Spread out to the left. Gonzalez gets into some space. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Tries to play it through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now it's Rafael Leao. Well, that has not gone well. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple
Real chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
"30 minutes gone. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Paredes kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Mendes calmly anticipates. Well, that looks a decent ball. He has found a way through. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Engages and forces him off the ball. The referee has given a corner. Portugal have their second corner now. He rises! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. And it's Messi. Bernardo Silva does really... Could be danger here! Oh, it's come loose. He's given the time to pick a pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vitinha could move up a gear here. That has ended up in no man's land. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's to Paul. Alvarez. And he's running through. Shot a goal! It's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Argentina are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Looking for the run. Gonzalez picks it up out wide. Ruben Diaz deals with that comfortably. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now this could be a chance. Oh, that's fabulous. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! That's another chance! And it's in! And right on half-time, that is telling! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that 2-goal cushion.
And the finish! And that is wildly off target.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that, if only he managed to retain his composure.
Bruno Fernandes, Pedro Neto. Now the cross. And he won't reach that. And it's Dallo.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the keeper gets his hands on it. Gonzalez, McAllister, Vitinha looking to penetrate opposition lines. Pedro Neto. That'll be a throw-in. Looking to go deep. He's a sharp little ball here. Pedro Neto unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's Dallo. It's a pretty loose pass. Diogo Dallo is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Aimed beyond the defence. Diogo Dallo. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Brilliantly cut out. McAllister. De Paul. McAllister. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's De Paul. Fire. He's had a shot! It's in! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Spread it left. Bernardo Silva. Mendes is in a really good position out wide. Rafael Leao. And he's had a hit. He's done very well to get to that.
Bruno Fernandes really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Played through for the wide man. Pass somewhat off target. Ah, that's a fine interception. Paredes gets over and intercepts. Great vision. Pedro Neto looking to get on the end of this. McAllister. Argentina can break now. And it's Otamendi. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Ronaldo. Just the goalkeeper. There's the shot! Really well taken goal. Right back in the game. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
And that's the keeper's ball.
Portugal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Tries to pass it through. Alvarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rafael Leao gets into a good position. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. McAllister. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He is through here!
Portugal really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
That's an excellent interception. Argentina, moments now away from seeing this one out. Rafael Leao. Can he finish? And it's hit the woodwork and out! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Argentina are looking to go forward now.
That
pass isn't the best. Vitinha.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And that is that. Argentina can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that. McAllister voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Argentina certainly produced a lovely blend of flair and industry to earn a result that was fully merited for me.
Thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
The action has already started. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now, can they get him away? Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Williams. Doku. No, that was never going to make it. Aimed beyond the defence. He has found the way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Trossard. Pedro Porro does really well to win the ball there. Knocks it into space. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. Rodri did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Yamal is offering some sort of... Lukaku! Oh, he's been caught napping. Onana has a shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Now it's Lukaku. De Bruyne. Played through into space. Looking for options for movement. Doku. And it's De Bruyne. And it's made its way to him. Fired deep towards the back post.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
He rises! Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. De Bruyne. This is promising. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see the outlet to his right.
Good ball. Oh, shooting chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Spain! And it's Spain who take the lead. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Tries to play it through. He's shifting through the gears here. Tielemans. Threads one in. And this is Lukaku. He might be in here. They're urging him to shoot. He's had a shot! Sticks it away! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Belgium grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Spain have got it back and they'll have another go. Terrific header! It's loose now and and one more try! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he has kept it out somehow.
Fabian Ruiz clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
De Kuyper spots it and intercepts. Now this could be a chance. Yamal's cross. Trossard. De Kuyper. Now De Bruyne. Looking to play him in. He's picked his way through. Now the cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And back to the goalkeeper.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Meunier. Doku, who's set up one goal so far. Doku looking to get on the end of this. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
I'd like to
So we reach the halfway point.
Right,
Well, for us neutrals, this is, if you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways.
He's gone for goal! Spain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's cut it out. Onana. Trossard. And he was quick to react. Pedri. And he's only too happy to take that back. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Goes for a shot! Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Trossard, now it's Lukaku. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Oh, sweet feet. Nico Williams. Just eases him off the ball. Doku. Now Trossard. Nicely weighted ball. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Shoots! Goal! Spain! And they've got their lead back. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Tielemans. Doku is onto this. Belgium have real chance! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
This is quite a bat. It's Morata! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
The most accurate pass. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And he's managed to get free. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And it's Porro. He's in a great position here. Onana does well to get it back. Can he get on the end of this? Looking for the run. Morata. That is a brilliant interception. Some good work on the right flank here. And he cuts out the supply. That's a throw. Grimaldo. Nico Williams is wide and looking to get onto this.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Goes down, but nothing given. Pedri. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Grimaldo is standing over this one. He's gone direct. Tielemans. Now it's Lukaku. And that is as far as they're going to go. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. stood up well to him there. We expected better, and so did he. De Bruyne. Now it's Lukaku. Great vision. This looks promising. Brilliantly cut out. And this is Lukaku. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Onana. And it's De Bruyne. Out to the right. Now it's Doku. He's found a way through. Lukaku. Great chance!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Tielemans. Trossard. Pedro Porro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Fabian Ruiz. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And that is out of play. Ronaldo.
3 minutes added time.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Al Kubasi promptly onto that, and that is that. Here's a sharp little ball here. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Porro. A heavy challenge. Now that looks a decent ball. In towards the back stick. Keeper has taken decisive action. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a short respite for the players as they prepare themselves for another 30 minutes. And we are already back underway. That has not gone well. Now it's Yamal. Pedri. He is through here. He's well positioned here. Big chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And now he has two. Spain go into the lead. Good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support. Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Oh, no joy this time. Tielemans tries to pass it through. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's intervened well there. Can he get it through? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That is good alertness. Pedri. A probing pass. That's been cut out, well played. That is ended up in no man's land. Ronaldo gets across to intercept that. Nico Williams gets into a good position. Plays it across. He's got two. He scores! And surely now the result's beyond doubt. He watched it all the way, and the finish was half-time, extra time.
Please make sure to watch the screen.
Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? Well, we are already up and running again. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? Now it's Doku. Chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
It'll be a throw-in. Nice-looking ball. Can he latch on to this? Now that's well seen too. Ball quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's got away. Doku. Trossard. Pedri.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And the lead is extended still further. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
So now the difference is 3. No, that's been intercepted. Looking for a runner. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. He has found the way through. He's away. Oh, that was vital. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Williams.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Tielemans. And we're done. Belgium cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply... And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before, It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be, all stemming from Fabian Ruiz! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Searching pass he's played there. Kubasi cuts it out. Now it's Williams. Spain disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Now it's Olise. He has found a way through. Fabian Ruiz. That has been slung wide. And it's Ruiz. Nico Williams receives it in a wide position. That is a brilliant interception. It's got in! He's put through his own net!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. It's a huge moment for the game and a shocking moment for him personally, but it happened at the best possible...
Chance for a shot! Goes for a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
Yamal gets into a good position. Pedro Porro could try cutting inside here. Now it's Olise. Engages and forces him off the ball. Saliba gets across to intercept that. And the through ball. Unai Simon claims comfortably. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Mbappe. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And here comes the corner. Spain with the corner. They're first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Goes for the shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That is lovely. He's found a way through. Pedri. Spain are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Knocks it into space. Now the ball in.
OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Well, that has not gone well. Some good work on the right flank here. Pedro Porro is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Time and again they are repelled. Rabiot. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Kubasi. Spain looking to pass their way through. Rabiot. Referee's given a throw. Ball's gone out of play. Oh, good-looking ball. Mbappe looks to get on the end of this. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Kubasi. It's Pedri. Pedro Porro providing an outlet on that flank.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Tchouaméni charging forward, the ball at his feet. Grimaldo. pass isn't the best. And that has left him in a heap. Rabiot.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
That's an imaginative pass. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Nicely weighted ball. He has a look out. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Probing pass. Unai Simon gets it clear. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Looking for the run. Now it's Morata. Morata. He's had a shot! It's run, and the keeper couldn't hold it. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Yamal! Just off target. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he get it through? Chouameni, Upamecano, looking wide. Yamal. Now, can they get him away? Yamal is in a really good position. He's having a go! Ooh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Now, the team's still separated by 1 goal, but it should be very different.
Well, every now and again we get a bit lucky, Peter, don't we? And this is an absolute treat. A tremendous spectacle for the neutrals, but a bit of a nightmare for the fans and 2 managers.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Spain go in at half-time with a slender 1-goal lead. So here comes the substitution.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
And we're already back up and running on. Chance! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And very quickly, Mbappe is on his own. Real chance! In he goes again! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Spain have the chance to go the other way. Hernandez in acres of space out wide. It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Swings in across, punched away. Pedri with an air of confidence about him, a certain... He's gone for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Alex Grimaldo puts a cross in. And the keeper gets his hands on it. So what can they make of this? Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Back into the middle. Shot could be on. They've got to be quick to recover this. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and bold.
Just the goalkeeper's a bit... Great chance! Goal! France! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! You don't keep those outs. He knew. He just knew.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
France take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase.
Camavinga is fouled. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear up.
Olise! That was travelling. That is a little undercooked. No, that was never going to make it. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Spain have their third corner. Olise threads one in. Not the most accurate pass. He is starved of space and time.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And it's Pedri. Chouameni, Mbappe looking to get on the end of this. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Aims beyond the defence. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Fabian Ruiz goes for goal! That was superb goalkeeping!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Terrific header!
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Ah, that's a fine interception. Camavinga, now it's Thuram. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
France are looking to go forward now. And it's Pedri. Driving on and making good progress. Over to the left. Played into space. Stood up well to him there. Ball is over the line. That is ended up in no man's land. Spain must do something here, and very quickly.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Now it's Thuram. He is through here. Thuram.
This usually is the time teams go into...
And he's had a hit! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
There's a sharp little ball here. Pedro Porro. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, well played. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Fabian Ruiz, Morata, and the ball is out of play. And that is that. Spain did lead, indeed they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. And I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Gets his head on it! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Out to the right. He's picked his way through. Bernardo Silva. Can he get on the end of this? Bruno Fernandes! It's off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Looking to play him in. Nicely spread. And he's managed to get free. Oh, super ball! Oh, shooting chance! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Portugal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Diogo Dalot. Pedro Neto. Couldn't squeeze it through. Vitinha is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
No, that's been intercepted. Played out wide. Now it's Kimmich.
Oh, great feet, that.
Kimmich proves just a little bit too strong. Pedro Neto. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, super find. Rafael Leao shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Germany have the chance to go the other way. Havertz is flagged offside. It's a promising position. He has found a way through.
Pretty robust defending.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. That is a great pick out. He's had a shot! And he hits the net! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training. And a
Decent chance! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Rafael Leao is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. That looks a good ball through. And he's onside. It's a mighty effort. Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this is Gnabry. Tries to play it through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by...
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, that's fabulous. Ruben Dias did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party. He's going for goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Vitinha. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Germany clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that's definitely not his best. Well-timed, excellent interception. Rafael Leao. That's a shade optimistic. Goretzka. That is ended up in no man's land. Looking for options for movement. Musiala finds himself offside. This looks promising. Diogo Dalot does really well to win the ball there. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Rafael Leao. Pass somewhat off target. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's found a way through. Goretzka. Wirtz. Oh, he's found support out wide. Takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Wirtz puts his foot on the gas. Bruno Fernandes. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
And the game has already resumed here.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Bernardo Silva. They want to be quick to recover this. He's got away with one there.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets.
Climbs up big! Just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Now it's Gnabry. Rafael Leao. Can he get it through? And the finish! Oh, fantastic from Ronaldo! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! The second half sparks straight into life. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Kimmich receives it in a good position here. Spread out to the left. Gets a good foot in there. Now that looks a decent ball. Lovely ball and a real chance. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied. Portugal can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about something.
He's trying the shot. It's loose, and there's a... Oh, that's ambitious. That comes as a mighty relief. Portugal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Kimmich kept his eye on it, and he's there. That has not gone well. Nicely weighted ball. He is through here. Big chance! He scored! They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. And he shoots!
Deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. the passers will always have an option with him.
Well read, nice interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Brilliantly cut out. Now it's Gnabry. Threads one in. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Goretzka. Over to the left. Now, can they get him away? He's shifting through the gears here. And that is expertly dealt with. Looking for the run. Now it's Musiala. He's got away. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Ruben Dias, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Spread neatly. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And he's managed to get free. Early ball out from the back. Well, the defence proved infallible then. Goal! Germany! And they get themselves in front! Germany go into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Now it's Gnabry. He is through here. Araujo. Portugal are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Goretzka. And it's Wirtz. It's Kimmich.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that.
It's Goretzka! He has done it! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Germany could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really big...
Great chance! It's a goal! And what a climax we have here! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Portugal give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish. Well, and the shot! Searching pass he's played there. Aimed beyond the defence. Goretzka! More pressure on the opposition goal.
Germany really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And that will be it. Portugal perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Portugal didn't quite recover from the early blow.